Welcome to my channel, Original Events with Aubriana, where I'll be sharing tips on how to get started with your event planning business, behind the scenes at my own events, basically everything event planning related. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as I will be uploading videos weekly. So today we're going to be talking about 10 tips on how to create a bomb, amazing, jaw-dropping style shoot. A style shoot is basically a photo shoot that you put on that's a mock wedding. So it can be one that you do on your own, or it could be one that you can do when you collaborate with other vendors. And today I will be talking about how to do one when you collaborate with other vendors. First thing you want to do is come up with an amazing concept or theme. So your concept or theme you want it to be fresh, new, something that mirrors your style, the type of clientele you want to attract. If you want to have a high-end clientele, you want to have or put on a style shoot that is representing that clientele that you want. So once you have your theme, your concept down, the next thing you want to do is create a clean and polished mood board. And you would go on like Instagram, look at wedding inspired pictures, some from actual weddings. You could check out Pinterest, anywhere that you can find photos that represent the theme that you're going for. Those are the type of photos you want to collect. And you would create a mood board in Canva. I love Canva. I use the free option. It's very, very user-friendly, and you can create beautiful, beautiful mood boards on Canva. That's actually what I use when I present a mood board to my client. So the next step that you want to do is think about the location. You want to think about what type of setting you want for the wedding or the mock wedding to be. Do you want it outdoors? Do you want it indoors? Do you want a ballroom? Are you going to have draping? You got to think about all those things. To me, the venue and the photographer are the two most important things. So the photographer, what I like to do is, if I don't have a photographer in mind, when I do reach out to a photographer, I try to make sure that their photography style represents what I like. So if I'm a planner that likes bright and airy things or bright and airy weddings, or that's my branding style, then that's the type of photographer I would select. One that takes those type of photos, one that uses those type of filters, who likes natural light. If I like dark and moody with like the different filters that they use to enhance the photos that may be a little dim, and that's the type of branding that I have, then those type of photographers that I will look for. What I would suggest is definitely get a photographer who is really good, who takes beautiful pictures, and who is talented. Even if you have to pay something, like, it's worth it. It's so worth it, because you don't want to put in all this work on a style shoot and then the photos come back and you can't even use them. So that's not cool. The next step I would suggest is you contact the vendors directly. You get professional vendors. You get someone or a group of individuals who are passionate about what they do. So when I do my style shoot, I either contact them via Instagram, I send them an email, or it's different groups on Facebook locally that you can search that are style shoots related. There's another group of Style Shoots of America. It's different groups like that where you could go on, you could post your mood board. You could say, hey, I'm looking to do a style shoot here in North Carolina, wherever you are. And people will literally hop on and say, yeah, let's do it. I got the stationery, I have the florals, I have design or rentals. That's what I did on my last two style shoots. The first one I actually did I did everything myself. But if you're starting out, it may be wise to take a chance and just literally once you start your business, go online and just reach out to people. They would be willing to help out, because they also want beautiful pictures, and they're also going to ask, who's the photographer? Because a lot of people have realized that if you're doing a style shoot, you want the photographer to represent the clientele that you want as well, that they want as well. So that's why I said that the photographer is very important. The next thing you want to think about is if you're outside, look up the time of the sunset. You either want to choose a time to shoot. Your photographer should know this. That's either sun up or sundown. I prefer sundown versus sunrise because sunrise is very, very early. But your photographer should know this. You want to create photos in the daytime. You have all the makeup and all the prep being done. That shading for the sun at the sunset is just amazing. That overcast, that the sun is behind the clouds, it just does something to the photos. When the photos are saturated with the light and it's very, very bright, they don't look as clean and nice. So you want to determine go online, Google sunset on this date, and it will tell you the time that the sun sets. And in that way, you know how to schedule your shoot for what things should be scheduled first. Again, so to piggyback off that, you want to, once you have the time of the sunset, you want to create a very, very detailed schedule on what will be shot at what time. So typically, if I have a style shoot that has like a caterer, a baker, table rentals, the makeup and hair artist, different elements that makes up the style shoot, you want to make sure all the vendors get photos of their exact service so that they can use for themselves. So when I had my style shoot for the Boho Glam one, I believe we started around like 2, and basically the videographer came in, the photographer came in, and they took a lot of the photos that weren't outside, that we did not need the sunset or the sunlight. So they took the photos of the food, the photos of the stationery, the photos of the makeup artists and the models, the photos of the gowns. It was a lot of those things taken, but it was on a very, very detailed schedule, and it showed the time slot, what vendors were taken at what time, and every vendor got a copy of that so they knew what time to actually be at the shoot and what time they were needed to have all of everything set up. So again, being very detailed, especially as a planner, you have to be detailed, you have to be structured, you have to be organized so that everybody's on the same page and everything runs smoothly. So the next thing you want to do is, once you have all of your vendors and everybody on board, you have your date selected, the venue, everything is good to go. What you would do is you would collect, you either send out an email or you would go on yourself and collect all of the vendors' contact information, such as the email, Instagram handles, and Facebook handles, and make sure that this information gets sent out to the entire group. And that's important because once they start going on and posting things, you want everyone to be credited. So if I'm posting a picture of a dress and I need to make sure that I have the correct Facebook and Instagram handle of the dress vendor, because if not, a lot of times places have like similar names. So if you type it in, it may or may not come up, or the wrong vendor may get tagged, and that's not fair. So, and then you don't have to get that email like you tagged the wrong person. And so it's best to just have those vendors send out that information beforehand so that you know what the exact spelling of their names are. Just makes everything so much more easier. The next step I would say is you want to make sure you take care of your vendors. So the day of the event, you want to make sure that you have breakfast, you have some water. It gets so hot. I mean, hot. You will not even, it's like putting on a real event. It's a lot of work. So you want to have waters, you want to have snacks, you want to have something that'll last throughout the whole day. Dry snacks as well, because if it's a model and she has on a dress, if you have dip, that may fall on a dress and that'll ruin the shoot, and ruin the mood. And she's like, oh my God, freaking out. So you want to have something like bagels, pastries, chips, fruit, things that are a little dry, water, clear liquids. I don't really want to say nuts because there's a lot of nut allergies nowadays, but different things that are dry, and you would kind of know based upon the group. And you can even ask them, is there a particular snack that you like or prefer? And if the baker or the caterer is there, I mean, they would also bring food for you to enjoy as well. So it's very important to make sure you take care of your people. Have that water, have music. Like, I'm a very, very, very big fan of the mood. So music to me is important. So when we had our style shoot back in September for the Boho Glam, we had music playing. Everybody was in the right mood. We were talking, chit-chatting. You know, you want to make sure that the people feel, your vendors feel at ease, relaxed, and in their own zone during their thing. And it makes everything just go by so much smoothly. The last step I would say is, what you'll want to do is send out a thank you email. Once everything is done, send out a thank you email, send out a appreciation email, and as well as saying thank you throughout the whole event. But you really want to show the vendors that you were thankful, that you were appreciative of everything, and that way there'll be more. And they will say, oh yeah, you know, I would love to work with you again. This is so great. Everything was so organized. It was so fun. And it just makes for an amazing day. And then once you send that final thank you, everybody, you know, they realize that, yeah, it was a good day. They could kind of reflect and think about how things would be later on. So those are my 10 steps on what I feel will make an amazing style shoot. These tips are basically based on the style shoot that I did of the Boho Glam, the video. I thought the shoot was great. The videographer was amazing. The photographer was amazing. All the vendors were amazing that entire day. So hopefully, you know, you would take these steps and apply them for your own when you decide to do a style shoot. And send me the link or the video of your style shoot that you decide to do.